Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. How you doing? Whoa, you were blurry. There you are. Chad here, CK Knife and Tool. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you stopping over. If you're new, welcome aboard. Go check out a bunch of other videos. I have a ton of videos on the knives that I make, the different styles, as well as a whole bunch of little vlogs, some Knife Makers Mail Call Monday, and some playlists for you inspiring knife makers. Maybe some recommendations, some of the things that I use here in the shop might be helpful to you. Today I'm wrapping up a Santoku. This is a 10-inch Santoku done in dyed stabilized curly maple. And this knife is going over to NKR Tactical Solutions in Gig Harbor, Washington. Just wrapping it up a little bit, doing some final stropping, and then I am going to oil it up and get it fitted in its little scabbard and take it over to see the guys. So I thought I'd share this little video with you and share the knife and show you what it looks like. So let me get this cleaned up and I'll bring you in. So before I get any further, I usually use a little rubbing alcohol to clean the knife up a little bit. It gets you know, some smears and such across the blade. That's the biggest part. I've had somebody mention before about it. They said, man, I love polished blades, but the fancier the blade gets, the worse it looks afterwards. And that was because, you know, scratches and scuffs and everything, they show up so much more than something that might have a brushed finish or a hand satin finish. So I said, yeah, I agree with you. Usually the mirrored finishes are for your display knives and such like that. Nothing that really gets used too often. But so this is hand sanded. This has just got a nice brushed finish to it. But yeah, it's a Santoku. It's one of my favorite knives. I like these. I like the shape. 10 to 12 inches is a really good happy length for a Santoku like this, and it comes out of a 2-inch by 1/8 inch. I have on here my signature taper tang, and like I just mentioned, this is dyed stabilized curly maple. On my website, I have a lot of examples of these curly maples, spalted maples, bird's eye maples, and such. But having it dyed like this is really cool, and it really brings out the colors and the curls and the figure in wood such like this versus maybe clear. The clear, don't get me wrong, I love the clear, the natural finish. But when you dye it, whether it's a black or the reds or the greens, it really just kind of pops. It gives the knife a little bit more character. And I also dress these out with a couple of 1/4-inch nickel, silver, and brass tubes. Nice little design on there with the black fill epoxy, so it worked out really good. But so yeah, so I clean it off with a little rubbing alcohol, and then just prior to finishing its fit, and it's a scabbard or a sheath. A sheath is something you'd wear. A scabbard is just something that you would store something in, like a rifle scabbard or such, or a sword scabbard. You'd put it on the side of your horse or something. But I figured a bit more of a scabbard than a sheath. But either way, I heat it up. I do some final fit tests, but I use my butcher block oil, which works really good. It's vitamin E enriched, food grade, so no problems with any of that. But I'm going to go ahead and plug some pictures and video in here, of course, as I was talking in it afterwards. So again, as the making of this video, books are closed, so I'm sorry, folks. Not sure it's going to stay that way the rest of this year, but they are closed right now. I got a ton of orders over here that I got to wrap up and get done. And I'm in the shop here wrapping up knives as well as doing a bunch of videos and trying to get things going because, as I mentioned in the past, I got a busy year coming up. It's going to take me out of the shop for a while as I create some other content outside the shop, go see the great outdoors, something I didn't really get to do much last year. But I'm also still kicking out knives and getting everything going. I got a little piece of tape on there, I just saw that. But I do appreciate all the support, gang. Remember, jump over ckknifeandtool.com. You can check out what things I do have. And towards the end of 2019, keep an eye out. I might open my books up, or I might just have some knives that I'll put up on my website that'll be for sale. They won't, of course, be custom, but they will be handmade by me, and maybe one of those might meet your fancy, and you'd like to use that for a Christmas present. If you're local in the area, stop over at NKR in Gig Harbor, Washington. Check out what they have, both in the firearms and all the gear, as well as some of my knives that might still be available for sale. Till the next video, you guys take it easy. Have a good one. We'll see you then. Bye.